Hello and welcome to Factual Insider, the channel that strives to cover as many facts as possible. Today we will be discussing 10 facts about MegaDimension Neptunia V2 that you may not know. If you find any of the facts to be interesting, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Please be aware that this video will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. With that being said, let's get started. Number 1. Starting pre-production on August 30, 2012, the pre-production started for MegaDimension Neptunia V2 immediately after the Japanese release of Hyperdimension Neptunia VII that literally released on the same day. The first concept design that was drawn for MegaDimension Neptunia V2 was completed was on November 1, 2012, and adult Neptune would be the first character with a concept design drawn. The development would begin in 2013 and would not get an official name until March 16, 2014, which was Shin Jigen Game Neptune V2 as its Japanese title, and would not get its Japanese release until April 23, 2015, and almost a year later in North America on February 12, 2016 for the PlayStation 4, but would get later releases on Steam on July 5, 2016 and the Nintendo Switch on July 28, 2020 as the North American releases. Compile Heart would confirm that it took 2.5 years to develop the game, and thankfully MegaDimension Neptunia V2 would be considered one of the best entries in the Hyperdimension Neptunia lineup of games. The game would end up becoming to have the longest development time in the series by far. Number 2. In the North American release of MegaDimension Neptunia V2, Platt, who was the voice of Vert throughout the entire Hyperdimension Neptunia series, unfortunately did not make it in to voice Vert, due to her pregnancy at the time, which also kept her from voicing other projects. Idea Factory decided to hire Kari Karanen, who was also the voice of Red and Ram, to voice Vert, and ended up to keep her as Vert to maintain consistency in the series. Number 3. A Japanese exclusive, Hyperdimension Neptunia fans had the option in 2015 of purchasing special edition PlayStation 4 consoles with the designs of MegaDimension Neptunia V2 on them. The consoles also varied in color and allowed fans to choose between black and white for the design that they chose. Sadly, these Japanese exclusive special edition consoles never made it outside of Japan. Number 4. A new take on dungeon exploration in the Hyperdimension Neptunia franchise. Neplunker dungeons were introduced in MegaDimension Neptunia V2 and would only appear again in the Hyperdimension Neptunia series in MegaDimension Neptunia V2R, which was a rendition of MegaDimension Neptunia V2 with added features and gameplay elements that were not included from before. During the Teach Me History tutorial, it literally states that the mode is themed off of the game Spelunker, which originally released as a Nintendo Entertainment System game back in 1985, but would get an HD remake in 2009 along with other spin-offs since then. While the Hyperdimension Neptunia series has always been known for its references of other video game franchises, this would be the first time that the series would say specifically what one of its inspirations is in-game. Number 5. Continuing on about Hyperdimension Neptunia and Spelunker, after the North American release of MegaDimension Neptunia V2, there would be a collaboration event in Spelunker World that allowed players to wear costumes of Neptune and newcomer Uzi May from MegaDimension Neptunia V2, and the event would last until April 27, 2016. This thankfully would not be the only collaboration event in Spelunker World that would be related to Hyperdimension Neptunia. There would also be another collaboration event after the North American release of Cyberdimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online that allowed players to get costumes of Neptune, Noir, Vert and Blonde in their outfits from Cyberdimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online. Number 6. MegaDimension Neptunia V2 would introduce newcomer Uzi May and the next forms of the 4 goddesses of game industry. While some may already be familiar with the representations of different consoles for the goddesses and the CPU candidates, the next forms were meant to represent White Heart as the Wii U, Black Heart as the PlayStation 4, Green Heart as the Xbox One, and finally Purple Heart's next form is themed off of a fictitious Sega console that does not exist due to Sega exiting the console market after the Sega Dreamcast. The fictitious Sega console that the next form of Purple Heart is based off of has no name. Uzi May is also inspired off of the Sega Dreamcast. Number 7. Being the first Hyperdimension Neptunia title to introduce characters based off of game companies that have never created game consoles to also be antagonists, MegaDimension Neptunia V2 introduced the members of Gold Third, who are B Shaw, K Shaw, S Shaw, and C Shaw, and these characters would not remain to be foes of the four goddesses for the rest of the story. B Shaw is based off of Bandai Namco, S Shaw is based off of Square Enix, C Shaw is based off of Capcom, and finally K Shaw is based off of Konami. The first letters of each of the characters' names are also based off of the first letter each character's game company is based off of. Number 8. Another newcomer into the Hyperdimension Neptunia franchise, Umio, was introduced along with Uzi Mei in her home dimension. When looking into Umio's name, it is translated into Japanese kanji as Seaman, and looking into Umio's character design, it clearly shows that Umio is themed off the Sega Dreamcast game Seaman, which required players to raise a fish that had a human face and could speak. A great choice to be at the side of Uzi Mei. Number 9. MegaDimension Neptunia V2's story was divided into 3 different arcs, which were the Zero-Dimension game Neptune Z, Ragnarok of the Abyss Goddess arc, the Hyperdimension game Neptune G, Gold Vanguard game Industry Existence of Change arc, and finally the Heart Dimension game Neptune H arc. The arcs helped connect the story of MegaDimension Neptunia V2, and during the development of the game, Compile Heart originally considered turning the 3 arcs into 3 separate games that would connect the story. Number 10. New antagonists Afi Mo Juz and Steammax were introduced into MegaDimension Neptunia V2, who are part of secret organization Afimax. The 2 antagonists' names are themed off of 2 marketing tactics that are found online. Afi Mo Juz is themed off of affiliate marketing, and Steammax is themed off of stealth marketing from online shopping. Well, there you have it. Those were 10 facts about MegaDimension Neptunia V2 you may not know. Hope that the video was enjoyable and entertaining. You are encouraged to watch more facts about gaming and other miscellaneous topics. See you next time.